is a little bit mind-boggling. Ooh, this performance is gonna be so sick. Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Peachy, your army bestie and full-time content creator, and today we are not gonna be thirsting over the BTS boys. Okay, we might still a little bit depending on what this video shows, but that is not our main priority, okay? We are here to be educated and informed because the BTS comeback is just around the corner, and there is a lot of things that Bangtan is doing already that is making history that deserves to be appreciated. So I want to give a special shout out to Super Tuna in the box. Thank you so much for plugging me this video a couple of times. I appreciate you so much because they said this is an important watch before the comeback. We're going to be learning about the significance of where BTS is performing, why this stage will be one for history, like why Bangtan is just so amazing. And I love that energy because Loki, this is my first comeback and I've been feeling so confused. I've been feeling so confused. I've been getting dates mixed up. I don't know what's happening. All of a sudden there's merch. There's a wine stopper that I thought did something else. It's a lot to process. So luckily there's content like this and army like this who compile information together for us, you know, newbies to get educated on, and I really appreciate that so much. So thank you again, Super Tuna in the box. Before we get into the video, don't forget that I post every single day on YouTube, and right now we're trying to hit 25,000 subscribers over here, so make sure to subscribe, and that I also post every single day on Patreon, early access to these videos that you guys see on YouTube, live streams, and bonus content. So if you ever want to check that out, my link is in the description box down below.
In March 2026, BTS is coming back. For their grand comeback stage, they could have chosen the biggest stadium in the world. They could have chosen a fancy dome, but instead they chose a street. But of course it's not just any random street. It's called Gwanghwamun Square, and to the casual observer, it's just the city center of Seoul. But strategically and historically, this is the single most important address.
Wait, this is where they're performing? I watch a lot of vlogs of people visiting Korea, and I feel like, and I could be wrong, but this looks like a place where a lot of people dress up in hanbok and go to take pictures. I watch so many people who visit Korea, okay, because I'm trying to manifest for myself, and I wonder if this is like the spot where there's like people selling hanbok all around, and then, well, you don't, like, you rent it out and then you take your pictures. I feel like this is the place.
In South Korea, and not many people know about this. It is the symbolic heart of the nation, which gives so much significance in the fact that BTS is doing their grand comeback stage here. So on March 21st, BTS will hold a free concert here. But this isn't just a show, it is a statement.
Wow.
They are performing in the space where kings literally once ruled.
What? Why did I get full body chills? What do you mean? Like, obviously, the world looked so different back in the day when kings were all over the place, queens, like royalty. But to know, like, this is where kings were like really calling the shots and now BTS is going to be performing there is a little bit mind-boggling, but like, who else deserves it more than our kings?
Where the government currently operates and where the Korean people made history. So why did the Seoul government approve this logistical nightmare in such a culturally sensitive place which holds so much historical significance? And why is this specific location their choice for the comeback album Arira? Today we analyze the strategy behind turning South Korea's heart into the world's biggest and most phenomenal stage. To understand this choice, we need to look at the map. For 600 years, this strip of land has been the axis of the country. In 1395, it was the street of 6 ministries. The king sat at the north, and the 6 main government departments lined this street. It was the core and brain of the dynasty, and it has always been the front page of Korean history. When the country flourished, this street was vibrant. When the country was colonized by Japan, this street was disfigured. When the country democratized, this street was where millions gathered with candles to peacefully protest. When the country was rooting for its national soccer...
Wow, what the heck? I'm already dying. This is actually like so educational, and I really appreciate that because I know I don't seem like the smartest cookie in the shed, but I really like history, especially about things that I'm interested in. So the fact that so many cultural, like, beautiful historic moments happened here, peaceful protests. What the heck? It's just very interesting to me. And like, it just gets me even more hyped up for this comeback and for
Gathered
the
with
men.
candles to peacefully protest. When the country was rooting for its national soccer team, it was filled with the Red Devils. By performing here, BTS is now cementing their place on this timeline.
They are
They're
true.
not just idols anymore. They are inserting themselves into the main street of the national narrative.
Wow.
It's a masterclass in branding, linking their modern success directly to the nation's 600-year heritage. The latest media reports confirm that BTS is going to be using the recently restored World-dae. This was a platform reserved for only the king to meet his people. Specifically, the performance will feature a King's Road entrance.
Oh my God, this performance is gonna be so sick, and I wonder if they're gonna add stuff like that, like yeah, we're kings. The kings are back, girl. Because I call these men my kings all the time, and you might think I'd be calling everybody king willy nilly. Okay, I like calling people king, but they're like my kings, okay? Like they're up there. So if they do like a really beautiful, culturally, like historic entrance, what if they get brought in by, I don't even know what kings were brought in by back then, but oh my God, it could just be so cool. Whatever they do is going to be so sick.
His people. Specifically, the performance will feature a King's Road entrance where the members will physically walk from the inside of Gyeongbokgung Palace across the World-dae and onto a massive T-shaped stage extending into the square. And this signifies a homecoming. It's a respectful nod to tradition, saying we have returned to the center.
The fact that this man who is telling me all of this is like just saying like what's gonna happen. I don't know if he fully knows, but I'm picturing it happen, like our man walking down looking so cool, and it's like building up the hype because they have to walk like, I don't know, like a decently long distance, and you're just hearing the cheers get louder and louder. Oh, I don't even think I'm gonna wear makeup for that day. Like, I'm just gonna cry it off anyways.
To our Korean roots. But don't get me wrong, this isn't just about the past, it's also about the future. Critics point out that the Gwanghwamun Square has recently transformed. It's no longer just a historical site, it's becoming a digital landmark. Seoul City has installed massive media facades around the square. It's being dubbed the Times Square of Korea.
Times Square vibes. We have one of those in Toronto. It's called Dundas Square. It always smells like pee. I'm sorry. It's nice, but it always smells like pee and I can't take it. But there are big screens and it's crazy. It's crazy boots.
Or Asia. The timing is also perfect. BTS is the killer content to inaugurate this new era. Imagine the scene, the ancient palace in the background and 10-story LED screens blasting modern K-pop on the sides. Many tourists note the mix of ancient palaces and cyberpunk screens, describing this as the unique vibe of Seoul.
I like that. I like when places keep historical buildings but modernize it little by little, not tearing down beautiful historic buildings, but I don't know, like building things around it that are futuristic and, you know, modern day stuff. I appreciate that because like when you see beautiful historic buildings getting torn down, I immediately get so mad at whoever decided to do that. I really like, come on. That was built hundreds of years ago. How are you just taking it down?
So despite this being a historically significant and even sacred area, this is why the National Heritage Administration and Seoul City gave the green light, albeit with strict conditions. They know that one night of BTS performing here does more for Seoul's global branding than millions of dollars in traditional ads.
That's so real because imagine all of the army booking tickets to go just stand where BTS stood, to go take pictures where BTS performed. Like, it just, I've never wanted to go to Seoul more in my life. I already wanted to go to Korea and Japan and Asia, obviously my whole life. It's always been a dream, but I always wanted to go to Japan the most because I've always really been into anime. But lately, my love for BTS is really battling my love for anime. And ooh, like I would love to just go to Seoul and experience experience the culture and the vibes out there.
It presents Seoul as a city where tradition meets innovation. Now let's talk about the album title Arira. If you know Korea, you know this song. It's the unofficial anthem of the Korean people. It represents resilience and identity. By choosing this title and this venue, BTS is shedding the westernized pop star image.
What?
They are returning as a Korean cultural.
Why did I just get goosebumps with him saying that they're shedding the westernized image? Oh my gosh, that's actually true. Before they went on their hiatus, like we had songs like Butter and Dynamite and, like Boy with Love, very westernized, and obviously they ate it up, but the fact that this could mean that they're going back to like more Korean, their culture, their roots, it just gets me amped up because their first couple albums were very much, Korean pop music, like just such a vibe. And I love it. I love all their music. So I think it's just going to be cool, like seeing the different phases that BTS goes through. Also, this is beautiful. Them singing this, oh my God, stunning.
The westernized pop star image. They are returning as the Korean cultural envoys, and this is why the world leaders are reacting. Recently, something absurd happened. The president of Mexico personally welcomed their tour.
I saw this, and as a Mexican woman, get it, girl, get it. She's army. I love that our president is an army.
Reacting. Recently, something absurd happened. The president of Mexico personally welcomed their tour and even sent a message to our president requesting additional dates. Probably because this concert is seen as a diplomatic level event. It's no coincidence that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the US Embassy, and the National Museum of Korean Contemporary History all stand flanking this very square. When BTS walks from the palace to the square surrounded by all of these important institutions, they are physically and symbolically representing South Korea's soft power at its peak.
Wow.
Culture critic Ha Jae-gun noted that BTS started as idols, but they have become a cultural phenomenon. Performing at the nation's center is a declaration that they are now part of the country's cultural infrastructure, like Samsung or Hyundai.
Whoa! Oh my God. The fact that like a group of 7 men are as well known as like car companies, technology companies that like are all around the world. Like, do you have a Samsung phone? Do you drive a Hyundai? I drive a Hyundai, by the way. Before I was even army, I drove a Hyundai. Anyway, it's so cool that it's like, oh, you're from Korea. Hey, BTS. Samsung, Hyundai. They're like in that level. If anything, they're even more popular than Samsung or Hyundai. That's crazy to think about.
But for the soul. However, ambition comes with risk. Hosting 200,000 people in the middle of a working government district is a logistical nightmare, and the permit was conditional initially. HYBE, the police, and the government are having multiple meetings to this moment before the event to take the highest level of precautions and preparation, especially with the deep scars regarding.
Oh, I was just thinking about that. Oh, and I never want to bring it up because it's never my place to speak on the Itaewon like crowd crush, what happened on that horrible Halloween, but like it really breaks my heart, and that's why I think it's even more brave and beautiful what BTS is doing. Although it's terrifying, like when people think of big gatherings in South Korea, like this is what comes to mind. So hopefully in a way like this BTS concert can help South Koreans like heal a little bit. Like it can bring some solidarity to be like, hey, that happened. That was a genuine tragedy. But we have to learn from that, and like we have to freaking, I don't know, not necessarily move on and like forget. Hell no, never forget, because history will always repeat itself. But you can like still enjoy things. Tragedies happen, but we can try to like heal, learn, grow, and still have big gatherings. We just have to be extra safe about it. It's scary though. I know everybody must be terrified about that.
Level of precautions and preparation, especially with the deep scars regarding the past Itaewon crowd crush tragedy. Acute attention is being enforced. Now, here's what's going to happen. First, there's the ticketing battle. General reservations open on February 23rd via Knoll Ticket, and it's free, but the demand is going to be astronomical.
Let me know which one of y'all got got tickets. Did anybody here get tickets? If you did, I'm not even jealous. I'm so happy for you because you probably had to fight for your life to win those. Like, that's crazy.
I myself am going to try to grab some tickets, so yeah, count me in. Fans are already scrambling for the 2,000-seat standing zone lottery currently happening on Weavers for album buyers. And second, as I mentioned, the city as a venue itself is trying its best to prevent crowd-crushing incidents. The police have designated 4 safety zones: core, hot, warm, and cold.
Wow.
The crowd will spread out to Seoul Plaza and Sungnaemun Gate using the large screens. Now, if you haven't been to Seoul, this strip is pretty long from the Gwanghwamun Plaza to Seoul Plaza to Sungnaemun Gate. That is probably a kilometer or something,
wow.
and that will probably be filled with people.
Wait, I love that in South Korea they use kilometers instead of miles. Is it just America that uses miles? Bro, when people are like, yeah, it's 18 miles away. I'm like, what the hell are you saying to me? You're confusing me and I'm scared. Kilometers, I feel so much solstice hearing that. Like, yes, thank you. A freaking unit of measurement that your girl can understand.
Is probably a kilometer or something, and that will probably be filled with people. And third, there's strict control in planning. No camping, no tents.
Oh, good.
The police are treating this with the same seriousness as a presidential inauguration. Subways will likely skip Gwanghwamun Station to control the flow, and also to prevent price gouging, Seoul City is already implementing secret inspectors and reporting counters for irregular prices for accommodation.
Why isn't this a thing where I live? Freaking Drake comes to Toronto and all of a sudden a hotel room that should be $200 is $9,000. This is not a thing where I live. They actually control that. They control price gouging. I've never heard of this in my life.
Secret inspectors and reporting counters for irregular prices for accommodation. Now, on top of all of this, to add more spectacle to it, Netflix, the global #1 streaming platform, will live stream the show to over
Net of Flix. Please get your servers ready, B. Please get your servers ready because I do not want to get on Netflix, get all excited, and then the servers crash. Like, I cannot have that happening to me. I need this to be smooth sailing. That's why I'm like low-key going back and forth if I should stay up and watch it or if I should wait till the morning and then watch it afterward. Like, I don't know. What is y'all's plan? I need to know y'all's plans because obviously I want to watch it with you guys too. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm terrified.
190 countries simultaneously. I don't know how this is even possible.
I don't know either,
This
girl.
marks the first time in history that a major cultural event originating from South Korea is being broadcast live to the entire planet on a single platform. Industry insiders suggest the contract fee rivals the production cost of a blockbuster movie. Why? Because Netflix isn't just buying the performance, they're buying the global attention of our
Netflix probably been saving every single dime they've had since BTS went on hiatus, trying to pump out crazy good movies like K-pop Demon Hunters just so that they could get every penny out of us to save to afford this. And if they drop the ball and if they are not able to support the server requirement, cancel Netflix. Bro, I'll cancel my Netflix. Do not play with me, please.
And also testing their live infrastructure. So following this live event, Netflix will release an exclusive documentary called BTS The Return on March 27th as well. So just imagine the sheer
What is happening? What do you mean we're in March and BTS is about to perform for us and they're going to make a cultural impact on their country and then we get a documentary and I'm so glad life didn't end, back then. Like, I'm just so glad I'm alive. Oh my God. Shout out to being alive for real.
Called BTS The Return on March 27th as well. So just imagine the sheer amount of subscriptions that will occur due to these two big drops. So this synergy between a live historic event and a premium documentary is a masterstroke in content strategy. Netflix knows that this one night is their Super Bowl moment and a stress test for...
Why can't we stress test our servers beforehand? I actually saw an army on Twitter make a great suggestion and it was like, have a waiting room, like have the Netflix servers live for like an hour before BTS even gets on the screen, because obviously people will be tuning in, and that way, if anything goes wrong, you have an hour to fix it. And if you don't fix it, we're all flying to South Korea or wherever y'all are at. We're punching some butt cheeks
for their servers and the gateway to millions of new loyal subscribers. And finally, let's look at the numbers. The economic impact is projected to be around 600 million US dollars. Hotels in downtown Seoul are already sold out, but the bigger picture is the tourism commercial money can't buy. An estimated 100 million viewers watching worldwide won't just see a Super Bowl-esque performance, they will see the Hangul statue and the beauty of Seoul simultaneously.
That's actually so true, because as somebody who's been loving BTS for a year and a half now, I haven't even seen Seoul from this angle. Like I didn't even know that this is what downtown is. This downtown Seoul? I had no idea there was like a freaking beautiful palace. Is that a palace there? It just looks stunning. I've seen K-dramas where they're on the sidewalk and stuff, and I have like a general vision in my mind of what Korea looks like, but this is stunning. So I'm actually excited for the live and like to see Korea in a different light as well.
See the Hangul statue and the beauty of Seoul simultaneously. In short, BTS performing in Gwanghwamun is just different. Honestly, it can't compare to their past performances like for the Grammys on the Yeouido skyscrapers, nor the National Museum, or in front of Sungnaemun, or filling the Busan's beaches. The magnitude and significance is just on a different level. Again, it is the place where our dynasty stood. And speaking of standing, it is where currently two of Korea's most respected figures stand to this very moment. King Sejong the Great, who created Hangul, the Korean alphabet, and Admiral Lee Sun-shin, the war general who protected our country from numerous Japanese invasions. And now it's the place where Korea...
Why did I get full goosebumps, girl, on my arm? Like my arm just went... and probably my nips too. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Like it's just literal... historical dynasties live, like what, walked here, lived here, protected their country here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Our country from numerous Japanese invasions.
This video's hyping
and
me
now
up too
it's
much.
The place where Korea meets the world. So on March 21st, 2026, the Street of Six Ministries will become the world's biggest stage, and fittingly, the song they will sing is Arirang. And leaks suggest the opening ceremony involves a massive collaboration with the National Kugak Center, traditional Korean music, blending 600 years of traditional sound into one beat. To add to the anticipation, the production is being led by none other than Hamish Hamilton. He's the legendary director behind the most iconic Super Bowl halftime shows and the London Olympics opening ceremony. Bringing a Super Bowl architect to Gwanghwamun confirms that this isn't just a K-pop.
It's literally like a giant Super Bowl performance, but like obviously a million times better too, which is crazy because the Super Bowl had me weeping like a baby this year with Bad Bunny's performance. Like it's what
concert anymore. It's the definitive global spectacle of 2026. Now remember, this is just the grand intro to their world tour, which is now confirmed to be all over the world in probably 100 plus dates. And some people are betting that at the end, they might beat Taylor Swift's world tour record.
Okay, it's not a competition. I don't know. We'll see, y'all. We'll see. I don't want the Swifties coming for me because I don't got no hate towards the Swifties, okay? But I mean, it's BTS. That's all I got to say.
Do you think they'll beat it? Finally, to end this video, I'd like to introduce some quotes by one of the most respected figures in our history, Kim Gu, pen name Baekbeom. He was a premier independence activist during the Japanese colonial rule and served as the last president of the Provisional Government of the Republic of Korea. Now, in his autobiography, Baekbeom Ilchi, there is a chapter titled My Wish. And in my opinion, I think My Wish is kind of like the equivalent of the iconic Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech for Koreans. And in it, he didn't wish for a military dominance or massive wealth. He wished for one specific thing: the power of culture. And I just wanted to share this because what is happening right now is exactly what he dreamt of. It is something he likely couldn't have even imagined in his time. But looking down from the skies today, I believe he would be weeping tears of joy to see Korea's cultural status now. And especially to see BTS's monumental performance at Gwanghwamun Square being broadcast to the entire world. This square that in his era was occupied and darkened by colonial forces. It's crazy if you think about it. So he wrote in his notes, "My sole wish is the complete independence of my country. The only thing I desire in boundless measure is the power of a noble culture. For the power of culture not only brings happiness to us, but also bestows happiness upon others. I do not want our nation to be one that merely imitates others, but rather the wellspring of a new and high culture that becomes a beacon for the world. Our military strength need only be sufficient to repel aggression, and our economic wealth need only be sufficient to provide for our people. All that has passed was merely a prelude. From this moment forth, our nation shall stand proudly upon the stage of world history, not as a spectator, but as the protagonist. I desire for my country to be the most beautiful nation in the world."
That's
Aren't these words
beautiful.
iconic? And I have no doubt that BTS has already fulfilled his dream to an extent that he probably would have never imagined in his wildest imaginations. So if you enjoyed this deep dive into Korean culture, please consider supporting the channel on Patreon for more content and get exclusive bonus content as well. I'll be following BTS
Korean Pizza Club. Wait, I really want to go back to this because it almost got me weeping like a baby. Because culture is so beautiful, and it really is like one of the most important things we can share with each other. Like the saddest things I've ever heard is like hearing when cultures like died because people like colonized other people, and it's just like so heartbreaking. So I think it is amazing what BTS is doing. Sharing the culture of Korea with the world is really the greatest thing they could do for themselves, for their country, for the world, like for their late president. Like, are you kidding me? And I love what the president said about, you know, the military doesn't have to be the beefiest military. It just has to be sufficient enough to repel anybody trying to take our culture away again. Our food, our like money doesn't have to be the most money in the world. We just have to have enough to feed our people. Like, how beautiful is that? If the whole world thought like that, imagine what a beautiful place this earth could be. But instead we got these governments fighting over billions of dollars to fund all of these military nuclear weapons, and it's so hateful and it's so awful, and it's like, wow, what are we doing? We lost the plot. So I really hope like this performance from BTS, and I don't want to put extra pressure on the men. I don't think a small Mexican woman from Canada would be able to do that, but like I just really hope this performance somehow like initiates a big change in the world. And I don't know if that sounds crazy, but I really think like 100 million people coming together to watch an incredible cultural performance could make a long-lasting impact for a lot of people, and it could just show how beautiful the earth can be when we're all unified and not trying to, I don't know, freaking kill each other. So I'm just like so looking forward to this performance. I'm so looking forward to our men being back together. This has given me a new light understanding and appreciation on how big this comeback really is. It's not just like, oh, BTS is coming to say what up to ARMY, like they kept their promise, boyfriends. Like, no, they are out here changing the game, keeping historical promises to their late president, like putting South Korea even more on the map. Oh my gosh, like it's just incredible. And I feel so lucky to be able to witness this with you guys. This comeback is going to be literally legendary, and I'm not going to be able to shut up about it forever. And I like that. That's the way I like it. Are you ready for the BTS comeback? I definitely am. Like, I feel like this video really just amped me up even more, which I didn't even think was possible. But damn, like I feel like the like cultural things they're gonna put into this performance, the sounds we're gonna hear, the music, the people gathering together, the dancing. Oh my gosh, like in my brain, I was already like not able to process that I was going to see BTS performing together. But now thinking about all the extra things that we're going to be able to witness as a fandom, as human beings, is just going to be so life-changing. And I'm preparing myself to be moved, like heavily moved, y'all. I love it when a performance can make me cry, and I think I'm going to sob. So again, let me know what your plan is. Are you going to stay up? Is it in your time zone? Are you on a bed and then waking up? Oh my gosh. I just hope that it all works out, and I really hope the servers hold up. That's my biggest fear, and I'm praying that the servers hold up. But anyway, I had so much fun watching this with you guys. Something a little different, but definitely necessary. Thank you again, Super Tuna in a Box, for recommending me this, and thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. It helps me out so much, and I really appreciate it. And if you want bonus content, live streams, and early access to these videos, make sure you check out my Patreon, which is linked in the description box down below. But I love you so much. Happy comeback season. Oh my gosh, Army, let's freaking get it. I love you forever, and bye.